just throw up. Oh my God. I'm from America, and in America, we've got clever people, real clever people, not idiots like you. Hey baby, you're pretty. You got any American in you? Would you like some?
Hey,
What?
what are you doing?
I'm talking to these idiots.
We're supposed to come out here and show people some intelligent stuff, not insult them. What's going on? Hi everybody, sorry, I do apologise. I think you should apologise. You're going to apologise to these people?
Oh what? Oh what?
Listen, we're here, we've been asked to come here and talk. Right? Do you understand that?
Okay.
So please, would you give an apology?
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to you as well, Yoshida. Shake my hand. I'm sorry. Okay? Oh! 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 Please, I came here to talk, not to fight. No. Come on. It hurts. You want to fight? Let's do it. It hurts. It hurts. Come on. Oh. Hey. Let me Let's throw on this table! I'm going to leave you with these two for 5 minutes. Shut up! Go back to Alabama. Keep it nice there.
everybody. I'm Shiro Yoshida, also known as Gary Vanderhorn, and I run Lucha Britannia. It's Bradford W. Bush, Phil Bedwell, and Metallica, Greg Burridge.
I'm not really American, but you couldn't guess with that amazing accent.
So this is like, do you want us here, or do you want us there? Where do you want us? Should we sit down in the middle? It's all a bit formal. Hang on, so very serious now. Very serious. Okay. We're going to talk to you a little bit about what we do, how we do it, and maybe dispel some of the myths, maybe get some of your questions, and you know, see what we do. See how we do. We're a little bit out of breath. As you see, just like a couple of minutes of that, and gets us going a little bit. So, Lucha Britannia, it's a concept. It's pure entertainment, or escapism and fun, because that's what entertainment should be. It should be fun and escapism, and it all fits into the whole realm of the modern day freak show, gorlesque, burlesque, cabaret siniestro, as we like to call it. So we're going to try and explain our world. Lucha Britannia is in our fictional Orwellian near future called the retro futureverse, and we have good guys and bad guys fighting each other. But ultimately, all the performers, which include circus acts, freak show, some of the people you've seen here tonight, we're all clubbed together fighting a greater cause, which is the big enemy, which is the state of oppression. So that's like, it sums it up in a nutshell what we're all about. I don't know if you got any of that from the video, but you saw in the video that it's not just wrestling, it is cabaret and freak show as well. So we've written a few little bits and pieces. So wrestling, what's that all about then? It's about telling a story. It should be obvious. You know, Bradford comes out straight away, gives the impression of being a hateful character. You don't want to like him. You kind of might like him secretly, but you know, he's insulting, he's horrible. Someone else comes out, myself, Shiro, and you know, you're setting up the arena there. We've instantly created a small microcosm of a world which for a few seconds you can lose yourself in this make-believe world. So we're trying to make people care about a tiny little soap opera that's going on, and using our art form, which is wrestling, which is physical theatre, we're trying to convey that, put that across. Add to that. I myself have been wrestling for 7 years. Philip's been wrestling for 13 years. 19 years. I started quite late in life. I'm 38, and I started when I was 31, which was a real big struggle for me, because most people start wrestling when they're in their teens. I was already battered and broken when I started, and then in the 7 years I've also picked up a few more injuries. And people always ask, but wrestling's fake, right? Well, the injuries are not fake, are they? Definitely not. I shattered my calcaneum, which is my heel bone. My ankle went over, I did a dive from the top rope to the outside. So it's about 8 to 10 feet drop. I misjudged it, my ankle went over, the calcaneum was shattered in 8 places, and I had to continue the match and communicate to the referee and to the people that I was fighting that I was unable to continue without breaking the spell to the audience. So everybody thought that I was being carried out, and I continued to be in character and doing all my stuff until the doors closed behind me, and then I went, I broke my foot! And yeah, then I had a little cry. But yeah, we train long and hard to do what we do, and obviously, like it says on television, don't try this at home, kids. But you've got to start somewhere, haven't you? Yeah. So we're trying to portray it as more of an art form as well. Yes, it's fun. Yes, it brings down basic common values of good versus evil, bad guys and stuff, but you can tell multiples of stories within that structure. So we think it's a real shame that with the years of history that's in professional wrestling, that it doesn't really quite get the recognition that it deserves. Where should we go from here? Yeah, go on.
Okay. The thing about what Gary said about shattering his ankle and injuries in wrestling, and is it fake or not, the best sort of example I can give is one of my first ever matches. I was taken into a corner by one of the guys. And wrestling, I'd say the best way to describe about wrestling, it's not a trampoline in there. It really does hurt, and it's not planned out like a dance intricately. I mean, you're lucky to meet the person about 20 minutes sometimes before you go out there. So the best way I can describe it is like, you know the punchline, and you may have an opening, but how you get there sort of is worked out there through body language, and you can call to each other, so you can sort of set up a sequence of moves, either using the referee or talking to them when you've got in a certain position. But anyway, I was taken into the corner by this guy. It's one of my first matches, and I thought it was going really well. And he said, "Grit your teeth, lad." And he's proceeded to hit me as hard as he physically can, his forearm against the side of my face 3 times. My jaw was like that, I was all bleeding from the mouth. Now, the reason he did that was not that he was being a bastard or a bully or anything like that. He wasn't sure whether when I was going to react, if I was going to like react properly, or I was so untalented or unskilled that I was just going to freeze up and go and not react. So he had to hit me hard to make sure that the reaction was going to look good, so the crowd was going to feel sorry for me. And then when I made a comeback, which he did sort of jump about all over the place, that it was going to look good. So sometimes that line between is it fake or is it real can really get blurred, especially from my perspective anyway.
While we're all pulling our raggers out, so he's got the biggest wank. This is my interview story. It was about, first of all, the biggest thing when everyone says, is it real, is it fake, whatever, I'll leave with it, I'll start with this, sorry. In a sport like boxing or UFC, you're in control of the possible outcomes. So basically, you're in control of your body. In pro wrestling, my opponent is. So my opponent is not, he doesn't respect my body, or he doesn't respect, he has, I don't have no confidence anymore. I won't let him dump me on my head and break my neck, basically. Which actually happened a little while ago in pro wrestling. The kid's paralysed for life when he was 18. So that is the main thing about wrestling. So next time you look at it, go, it's fake, it's this, you know, that's one thing I always try and tell people to try and, but basically I had an injury, basically I did a dive out of the ring for the second rope, and I didn't care, I'm a bit of a risk taker, so I didn't tell the guy what I was going to do, so I dived, and he's kind of just gone, what? And he's just watched me fly over. And as I've landed, I've kind of twisted my body, and I've torn, I don't know if you know, but an ACL is the main ligament that goes all the way down your leg. I tore that, and I tore the meniscus, I know all the names now, meniscus, cartilage, so basically it was just dangling really. And I didn't know, I was undiagnosed about 2 months. But basically I had an operation, and to get it repaired, they have to put a needle in your spine, and they basically say don't move, otherwise you'll be paralysed. So I'm sitting there with this 90 thing, like a woman, like this, with the arse hanging out, and this guy jammed the needle right in my spine. Next thing I know, I'm very artful. Yeah, very artful. But then basically, I'm laying on a bed and I'm kind of half conscious. I wake up, I can feel a tug in my leg, and I look up at the screen. There's my knee and my ligaments, and this guy hacking with a thing. And I kind of woke up halfway through, and I'm just watching this screen, like plugged out my ear, watching my, you know, my knee getting ripped apart. So basically, I'm numbed now. I can't feel nothing. So in
the heart as well. Dead inside.
So basically, I'm sitting in the afterwards. I'm in my room. I'm laying in bed, and they say basically you need to pass water. You need to pass urine. So because all my muscles are relaxed, I couldn't pass any urine, and I'm attached to a drip. So I'm trying. I tried for 2 hours, and I couldn't pass any urine, okay? And plus this drip is filling my bladder with fluids. So by now, imagine we need to go and pee, right? Imagine that point where you're like, I can't hold it anymore. Put you in the car, you need to pee in a bottle. That point, yeah? Now times by 100, you'd probably be about where I was, right? And I was nearly crying, and this little Spanish nurse come along, and he held my winkle. I was about the size of an acorn, he was like in a state, and he pulled this thing like this out, right? And he held my little winkle, and he pulled it inside my winkle. It went down, it went down, it went down, it went down. This was this long, it disappeared, right? And then next thing I know, I heard, and they had to pry the muscles open to get the urine out, and then next thing I knew, and I thought, all this for wrestling. And for me to get back on there, it shows how much I love it, because I never ever want to go through that again, because it was absolutely horrible. So next time anyone tells me if wrestling real fake, I'm just going to snap their ACL, mate. Yeah, that's just my style, I just want to put that out there.